knowing the kind of success
You 1450 AM and 98.5 FM. Now your host, Glenn Grunwald.
Hi, everybody. So glad to have you along. And Maize, Kansas this evening. Glenn Grunwald along with Dan Nacarado. We're set for basketball action. Happy New Year, everybody. The first game for the Salthawks in this 2020 year. And they come in at 3-1. Get set to take on a Maize Eagle team. That is 3-3, Dan Nacarado. And it's a pretty good night for basketball.
It's better than a good night, Glenn. It's a great night for basketball.
It is. It is a great night for basketball. And a long layoff since the, what was that, the 19th of December when we were down at Great Bend.
Yeah, on a Thursday night.
And a nice win by Connor Riley's team that night as they got a win over the Panthers. And now we've had a little bit of a break, a little bit of a mandatory break by way of the Kansas State Activity Association. And then the girls have been going at it here over the last few days to get set. Of course, classes got started yesterday back at Hutch High. And we're off to a start of a brand new educational year in 220. Again, in this continuation of the winter semester into the spring semester.
Wasn't quite as long of a break as what Hutchinson Community College basketball took, like a 24-day break. Hutchinson High School, not quite that long, but it's always interesting to see what's going to happen that first game back from the holiday break. At any rate, you got to keep those legs under you and stay in shape.
And hopefully some of these girls did stay in shape. You never know. Sometimes you get some injuries as well. That happens. Let's talk about this Maize Eagle team that comes in 3-3 on the year. Jared Handy is in his 6th year. He is 98-27. What do you know about him?
Well, his girls always apply pressure. They will pressure all over the court, and they can score in bunches. Now, a little bit uncharacteristic of Maize teams. They're 3-3 so far this year. They had a string of 3 consecutive losses. They lost a tough one in overtime to Dodge City. Then they lost to Wichita Heights at Koch Arena in that AVCTL Wichita City League Shootout Challenge. And then they lost a pretty close game to Derby. Derby is very impressive. And
8-point loss.
Just an 8-point loss. But then they got back on the right track with 2 blowout wins over Hayesville and Newton.
And the last one was with Newton, was at Newton just on the 3rd of January last Friday night, and they got a nice win, 49-21. So they have a win already under their belts here in 2020. Will that be a difference in tonight's basketball game?
Yes, it will. It's an advantage to them that they've already played a game coming back from the holiday break, so they should be in full stride again. Sometimes it takes a team a half of basketball. Sometimes it takes a full game to get back into the swing of things after you take those long breaks.
Now we talk about the Hutchinson High Salt Hawk girls, again under first-year head coach Connor Riley. Girls starting to play a little bit better, and like we said, we got a nice win right before the break down at Great Bend.
It was an impressive win, 47-35. It was a type game where Hutchinson was pretty much in control of that game throughout. So tonight will be it's always a challenge to play at Maize. Maize, one of the loudest gyms in Kansas, and once they get the band here, they fill up the entire arena with noise.
Very strange schedule in January for the Hutch High girls, as they are here at Maize tonight. They come home on Friday, to take on Newton, and then they're on the road for the rest of the month, as they have road games at Salina South, then Salina Central, and then at Goddard Eisenhower, and right before they get set for the next week to go into the Emporia Glacier's Edge, that'll be played on the 30th, 31st, and on the first part of February. Kind of a strange schedule. Only one, basically, a home game coming up, and that'll be this coming Friday.
That's right, but there'll be a lot of basketball action, so for all of us fans, we're going to be pretty happy because we don't have to wait very long between games.
That's true. Not too long to wait between games, so we'll see what happens there. And, of course, those girls will be going to Goddard Eisenhower right before I go with the guys out to Colby, as they'll be participating in the Orange and Black Classic out there. We'll talk about that more during the guys' game. But girls' game, again, warming up, about to get underway in just a little while. So glad to have you along with BW Radio on this first part of 2020. Hope everybody had a nice Christmas break and a holiday break, and then get Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully this beautiful weather we'll be having. I heard Rod's forecast a little while ago talked a little bit about that 4-letter word on Friday that indicates snow, but that might be more in the northwest corner of the state. We'll see if it gets down to us or not. It can't be too bad.
Well, we've been pretty fortunate so far.
Take a 2-minute timeout. Get set for this basketball game. We'll talk more about the starters and all the other paraphernalia that we talk about in the pregame. We'll be back with more after this 2-minute timeout on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
Getting the most back from your tax return starts with getting the most expertise. H&R Block has more enrolled agents than any other tax preparation company, and we guarantee the accuracy of every return prepared by our tax professionals. We find every credit and deduction to lower your tax bill. Put our expertise to work on your return, and don't just get your taxes done, get your taxes won in Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
Hutchinson High School Sports is on the air thanks to these outstanding Salt Hawk boosters. Portfolio Recovery Associates, The Shirt Shack, where the shirt hits the fans. Randy Smith of Appalachian Animal Hospital. Ryan and Robin Swanson of Phoenix Restoration. Kathy McCormick of Wynn Insurance Group. Reno Alcohol and Drug Counseling Services. The Hutchinson Clinic. Salon B. I Need a Cleaners. And Jackson Meat. Hutchinson High School and Eagle Radio Sports say thank you for your support.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Salt Hawks! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Need to send someone money? Pay a babysitter? Split the bill? Use FirstPay. It is the person-to-person payment option located right inside your online banking app. There is no need to download an additional application. It is simple, safe, and secure. We're first for you. Visit fnbhutch.bank to learn more, or click on your First National Bank app to get started. You can also stop into a location nearest you, and we're happy to help. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
East Kansas, just a little ways up the road from there in Hutchinson. As I look at the lineup for Maize, and they're going to start 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore. Teams in the past, last year, Hutchinson lost to Maize. The last game they matched up against 57-34. Also lost to Hutchinson 51-29. So they really have had the Salt Hawks number over the last couple of years. But this is a new team with a new head coach in Connor Riley, and we'll see what will take place in just a little bit. Danny, you expect a lot of pressure defense like Maize is known for? What's your expectations?
I do, just because that's what Coach Handy typically does, and this is his 6th year, as you said earlier, Glenn. And usually high school coaches pretty much stay with what they like to do, and so I fully anticipate that Maize will bring the pressure defense all over the court.
For the Hutch Salt Hawk girls, I've been very impressed with a couple of girls in latter games. Tina Robertson seems to be coming on pretty good, and Mackenzie Heffley has had some good games as well off the bench. Very impressed again with Harley Wilson on how she handles the ball. She's getting things done pretty nicely as a sophomore, and of course you got to be impressed with a couple of the girls on the court. I mentioned Tina Robinson, also Gabby Posh is starting to get on track a little bit.
Yeah, Gabby Posh showed signs of finding that shooting range at Great Bend, and if she can keep that going, again, she is signed to go to Newman University to play basketball next year, so it would certainly be a shot in the arm for the Hutchinson Salt Hawks if she could consistently score in double digits.
And, of course, we talked about Tina Robertson. She's going to go to Emporia to play volleyball, and I'm glad to see her play. J.C. Moriarty also has showed some nice periods in the ball game, so I think the best is yet to come for this pretty good opportunity for the Salt Hawks to get something done tonight against the Maize Eagles. But the Maize Eagles are the Maize Eagles. They're going to run the floor. They're going to push the offense, push the ball up the floor, and have some strangling defense out there as well. So Hutchinson's going to have to play a good floor game to be able to get some things done here. I think Hutchinson also is going to really have to step it up and belly it up defensively on these good Maize Eagle players.
That's right. Maize does have some shooters. Sydney Holmes, and by the way, Glenn, when I prepared the score sheet, I left a D out of Sydney. It is Sydney, not Sydney, on number 10. Sydney Holmes made 5 3-point baskets against Hutchinson in one of the games last year, so we know she can shoot it. She is the 5'9" junior, but she was a good player last year as a sophomore. Number 2 is also impressive. The point guard is a senior, Cassandra on before, so Hutchinson's going to have to play some good solid defense tonight.
They're going to set with starting lineups coming up your way in just a second, and to see what's going to take place here with that. I don't see their band is not set up as of yet, so I don't think we're going to have the national anthem unless they do it off of.
I think they'll just do it before the boys game.
Before the boys game. So they're going to go with the starting lineup. So with our starting lineup as well, right here with BW. Here's Dan Nacarado. Actually, they are going to play the national
offense. They usually have the band.
We will take a quick 2-minute break, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Thank you, Glenn.
Forward, always moving, never stagnant. Together, nothing great is ever accomplished without it. At Fee Insurance Group, we've been working side by side with our clients for more than a century. Together with individuals, organizations, and communities, we look ahead to protect the people, places, and things they love. We're Fee Insurance Group. Forward, together.
Happy New Year from all of us at Pools Plus. We are celebrating big this new year, and we want your savings to be even bigger. Come in during the month of January and save 20% on all spa accessories and spa fragrances. Stock up and save 15% on spa chemicals. The savings are going on all month long at Pools Plus. Shop local, shop Pools Plus, 21 East 1st and downtown Hutchinson.
Outdoor living doesn't start until you call us at Pools Plus.
There's your Star Spangled Banner. Now we'll get set for starting lineups that'll be introduced. Like the way Maize did their scoreboard here a few years ago, they built on the west side around the scoreboard to include also a video board as well, along with some fine sponsors underneath. Nice job of getting that done, Dan, to make it look very, very nice and appealing by way of the aesthetic values.
Don't find very many high school basketball gyms that have a video board. Maize is one of the few.
So let's go to starting lineups. First of all, let's go with the host team, the Maize Eagles.
All right. At 5'5", number 2, Cassandra Onbefore. Again, she is one of the more impressive players on this Maize team. She plays point guard. Number 10, 5'9", junior, Sydney Holmes, who made those 5 3-point baskets in the game against Hutchinson last year. Number 15, 5'9", junior, Bailey Miller. Number 20, 5'5", sophomore, Brecken Pierce. And number 33, the post player, Jocelyn Espinosa, 5'10".
And now your visiting team, the Hutchinson Salthawks.
Hutchinson Salthawks are going with their standard lineup. Maybe they have changed it up a little bit.
Harley Wilson.
Number 10, Zaya Sims, 5'10", junior. Number 14, the sophomore, 5'6", Harley Wilson. Number 23, 5'9", senior, Gabby Posh. Number 50, 5'8", senior, Tina Robertson. And the post player, number 54, they call her Grizzly, Mackenzie Heffley at 6'1".
And Heffley averaging 10 points a ball game for the Salthawks. Will jump center against the Maize Eagles after both hoops, and now they have. So we're about set to get underway. We're at Maize High School. We will be home against Newton, coming your way on Friday night. It's the Maize Eagles that Hutchinson matches up with. Again, the head coach Connor Riley in his first year. His young team is 3-0 season. Gerald Handy's team in his 6th year, 3-3 for the Maize Eagle girls. Maize Eagles dressed out with white uniforms with red numerals and black and red trim on the shorts, along with the familiar Eagle. The forecourt with the basketball around the horn. They'll work it on the outside. On before with the basketball, they'll lob it down low. Wide open shot underneath basket. Good. And just like that, on top is Bailey Miller's able to go inside and get nothing. Hutchinson trails in the first few minutes of this first quarter of play. Here's Wilson, calls out the play. Before tied on, turned it over on the far side, turned over off the hands of Sydney Holmes.
Here comes that full court pressure. Cassandra Onbefore can really get in the stance and guard the ball.
Samson been so impressed with Wilson the last few games. She's really played well off the bench usually. Got the starting nod for 2020 in this game. Here's down low, goes up strong, and it gets knocked away. Actually, that was Tina Robertson. And the ball was knocked away. It'll be Hutchinson basketball, baseline left. Just underway. So in this first quarter of play, and the Hutchinson trails Maize 2-0. Here's the pass inside. Stolen away by the Maize Eagles. They'll cover up in the backcourt. This Bailey Miller with the loose basketball. Before, pass down the low blocks. They'll go underneath. They go to Pierce. She'll kick it back outside. The 3 ball from the right wing won't go. Off the front rim. Underneath on the offensive boards. Up and good by Bailey Miller. She's a force to be reckoned with on the inside. She has 4 points already. It's 4-0 Maize.
5'9", but she plays.
Sims in the backcourt. Wilson comes over to get it from her. Now the sophomore from Hutchinson will bring the ball up. Holds one fist up high in the air as she angles across the timeline. To her right side, bounce pass over to Posh. Posh with the basketball. Reach around and a foul called. They'll whistle this one on Miller. That'll be her first personal. First team of the half as well. Inbounding will be Robertson.
To isolate Heffley on the block if they can.
Here goes Posh to the corner. She'll get the ball deep corner right. Lobs it underneath the Heffley off her fingertips and into the hands of out of bounds. So nice job on before, but she was on the baseline stepping out of bounds after she got the steal.
Had it all set up to lob over the top. Couldn't quite get to it.
Here comes out to Heffley out high to Sims. Sims right side this time. Posh from 3 on his way. Way strong. And a rebound is cleared out by Bailey Miller. Here comes the 4-0. 6:13 to go. First quarter of play. We're at Maize High School. So glad to have you along on KWBW Hutchinson, Kansas. Ball on the deep left side with the basketball. Pierce, dribble penetrates, gets it inside to Miller. She'll kick it back outside. Before drives, kicks it back along. Espinoza off the back iron on the flange. No good. Ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch off of a Salt Hawk. It'll be Maize basketball. And Maize will inbound. Brecklin Pierce, little sophomore out there, will get set to inbound the ball, and she gets it into Obafor. Obafor will play the point. Left side, into Pierce's hands, down the low blocks underneath the Bailey Miller. Ball bounces, two bounces all the way out to the outside edge. He kicks it back outside to whip it around to Obafor, top of the key, and she'll get called for the travel. Turnover, Maize. Maize leading 4-0 early action, 5 third quarter of play.
Each team has committed 2 turnovers.
Here comes Hutchison against that pressure. Eagles putting pressure on in the backcourt as Obafor. Will cross the timeline on the left side. Takes it all the way to corner left, holds up, comes out when there's a blocking foul, and I think they're going to get Obafor possibly with the foul as she blocked the drive on the outside. It will be on Cassandra Obafor. As Wilson was trying to get it out front.
Pick up the foul, but doesn't she get an impressive defensive stance? Really.
Here comes the inbounds. Roberson trying to get it in, and out of bounds goes Sims as she kind of stumbled out of bounds before she threw it back in. Overson, so good defensive pressure by the Maize Eagles.
Obafor created that turnover.
Here comes into the lineup for us. Checking in will be number 5, Ty Chapman. Chapman will check in. Wilson will get a break. Maize pressure in the backcourt this time by Hutch. 5:19 to go in quarter one. 4-0. Maize with the early lead. Ball right side to Pierce. Pierce drives. Kicks it back outside, leaving her wide open on the outer perimeter. To give it off to on before. Right side to Miller. Flash pass down low. Stolen away by Sims. Sims comes up. Chapman up the court to Roberson. Underneath the Heffley layup. Good.
Textbook early offense, getting the ball to the post. Way to run the Heffley.
Yeah, it's Hutchison on the board. Here's the three-pointer from the outside. Way too strong. Sims with the rebound for Hutch. 4-2 ball game. Maize with the lead by 2 for quarter number 1. Here's Roberson on the outside. Give and go again to Heffley. Down baseline. Shot up. Good. We're tied at 4.
Mackenzie Hutchison's felt on the low post.
First quarter of play. Eagles holds up one hand with 4 fingers extended. Goes left side this time. Over to Holmes. Back outside. Young shuffles her feet. Drives the turnover. And will be called in the Maize Eagles. Substitutions.
Shift change.
Yep, 5 new players coming in for the Eagles now. As we'll run down their numbers as Aliba Wedman will be one of the taller players at 6'1". She's out on the court. Also, Jade Martinez comes in and substitutes. Sadly, Lamb. Ball on the outside for Chapman. And a foul's going to be called on Jade Martinez, who just checks in the contest over the back of. She'll pick up the personal foul. That'll be the 13th foul against the Maize Eagles.
So many times when teams substitute in mass that way, they do commit more.
Chapman on the outside. Well, they're very aggressive, both defensively and offensively. And Maize will lock it up offensively. The Frenchers locking it up outside on. Give it off to the drive to Heffley, and she takes it in and draws the foul.
That's the 4th team foul committed by Maize. 48 to go in the first quarter.
Wedman will pick up the personal 14th foul, but in the act of shooting will be Mackenzie Heffley. He goes to the line to shoot. The 2-shot foul. Free throw toss is off its mark, no good. Too strong off the back iron.
Hutchinson has struggled from the free season. They can get it turned around, though, but so far I think they're shooting below 50% from the foul line as a team.
3:48 to go in quarter one. That free throw's up and good by Grizzly. Knocks it down. And Hutchinson with a 1-point lead of 5-4. Their first of the game at the 3:44 mark of this first quarter of play. Wide open underneath. They throw the ball.
That's the 5th turnover committed by Maize, and that good pressure defense. Coach Riley changed up the defense on that trip, and it was very effective.
Yeah, they're trying to get the left corner down to the low blocks, and that one was just too far over the head of an outstretched hand for the Maize Eagles. It'll be Sims inbounding now in the backcourt for the Hutch High Salt Hawks, and a hold is going to take place. They're going to whistle this one on Frencher. She'll pick up her first, so.
I just substitute a lot. Your players, they know they're not going to be on the floor very many minutes at a time, and they just get more aggressive, and they tend to foul.
Here comes into Posh. Posh holds up her dribble, gets it back out to Chapman. Chapman to bring it across, has to get it across the half court. Finally does on the left side at about the 8 count. Chapman brings it top of the key, this time right side to Posh. Posh goes off the ball screen to the free throw line, throws it to Sims, saved though by Roberson. Roberson comes over, tries to lay it up, and an arm on her will send her to the line to shoot two. Foul called.
It is a shooting foul, but it's the 16th foul. 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Maddie Lambert picks up her first personal.
So Hutchinson will be in the bonus the rest of the first half.
A lot of aggressive fouls by the substitutes that came in for Maize. I think each and every one of them has a foul on them now. Roberson will be at the foul stripe. She comes into the ball game averaging 9 points per game. Free throw toss is off. It's back iron, no good. She'll shoot another one.
Glenn, you're right on the foul. 6 different Maize players have 1 foul apiece.
Roberson gets set. 3:19 to go, quarter number 1. Hutch with a 1-point lead, make that 2 as Roberson splits the cords with the next free throw. She has 1 point in the night, 6-4 ball game. Hutch on top. Maize across the timeline. Here's a trap. Over in the deep corner. Maize gets it. They'll get double team. Pass box basket good. Nice job of working it into the open post player down low, and Wedman was able to score. And we're tied to 6 again.
Good press break by that time.
Chapman across the half court. Holds the fist high. Gives it off now to Roberson. Roberson off the ball screen. Heffley on the give and go, but they hold off to Sims. Sims out front. Chapman trying to get it underneath the Sims. Sims dives for it. Loose ball on the floor. Picked up finally by the Maize Eagles. They put it in the hand of Frenchers. Frenchers will bring it up. 2 go in his first quarter. We're tied. There's a turnover again by the Maize Eagles as Sims was able to jump in there and steal the ball. Might have got a bloody nose out of it. She'll come to be okay. Chapman with the ball.
Here comes Zipper, so look for a 3-point shot coming off a flare screen or an entry pass to the post.
Here goes the Roberson to Gabby Posh outside. Off the 3 from the right side. You're so right. Off the glass, no good. Ball pops out long, though, and Posh picks up the loose basketball. Hutchinson possession. 2:07 to go. In his first, we're tied at 6 apiece. Roberson off the ball screen to the left side to Sims. Over to Posh on the left elbows. Skips it back across. Down low underneath to try to get it to Heffley. Knock downs. Last touch off a Maize player with 1:59 to go in the quarter. Back in checks Sydney Holmes for Eagles.
Wedman battled in the post defensively because Heffley had her buried, but she didn't give up and she deflected the ball out of bounds.
Here comes the inbounds. Wilson back in there for the Salt Hawks. Ball's knocked away. Trying to go Sims on that right side. She'll get another opportunity. Wilson down from the left side baseline. 1:54 to go in this first quarter of play. Tied up at 6. Ball passed out high and stolen away by Miller. Miller on the sprint dribble, lays it up and scores it.
6 points for Bailey Miller.
And the timeout's going to be taken on the floor with 7 to go in this first quarter of play. Your score, Maize Eagles 8, Hutch High 6. We'll be back in a half minute.
Hutchinson High School Sports is on the outstanding Salt Hawk Boosters, Portfolio Recovery Associates, the Shirt Shack, where the shirt hits the fans, Randy Smith of Appalachian Animal Hospital, Ryan and Robinson Restoration, Kathy McCormick of Wynn Insurance Group, Reno Alcohol and Drug Counseling Services, the Hutchinson Clinic, Salon B, I Need a Cleaners, and Hutchinson High School and Eagle Radio Sports say thank you for your support.
Welcome back with 1:47 to go in this play. Hutchinson trailing by a 2-point margin at 8-6 as he sprint out by Miller to score the basket after the steal. Now brings it up. Stopped in the backcourt. Sims gets it to Posh. Whips it across over to Roberson. Roberson will bring it up to have numbers down low underneath the Heffley. She'll put it up and miss it. 4, close to a jump ball, but Maize comes out with it. 1:29 to go. Heffley had a shot. It just didn't go down. Here's Bailey Miller with the drive and a foul called. It'll be a 2-shot foul coming for the Maize Eagles.
Robertson on the first foul. That's the first foul committed by Hutchinson. Maize has already committed 6.
Frencher's at the line to shoot the free throw. Tosses up and good. Maize, a good free throw shooting team, always has been.
Yeah, you're right. One of those good free throw shooters ended up playing basketball at Hutchinson Community College. One of them, Heather Robin, going into the Hall of Fame.
Heather was a good one. Coaches down in Oklahoma, and coach at East Oklahoma. Shot up and missing on her second attempt for Frenchers. And the lead remains at 3 at 9-6. Maize with the early lead to go in this first quarter of play. Left side, Roberson could tie it with a 3 and hits it. Roberson with the 3 ball has 4 points total. We're tied at 9 with a minute to go in this first quarter of play. Ball outside, dribble penetration by Holmes, and the basket up and good. Haley Miller, she has 11 points in this first quarter of play. 11-9 now. Eagles regain the lead at 2.
Beautiful entry pass from Sydney Holmes.
Chapman uses up her dribble, got it. Coach Riley has to burn a timeout to save a backcourt violation or 10 count. We'll get a quick 30-second timeout in here. 43.6 seconds first quarter of play. Hutch down by 2, 11-9 to the Maize Eagles. We'll be back with more after this on the Salt Hawk Sports Network.
Hutchinson Community College and Blue Dress are proud to support Hutchinson Salt Hawk Athletics. Whether you're working towards your degree or a busy working individual with limited time to attend class, Hutch sees you're looking for. And for those still in high school, Hutchinson Community College's Step Ahead program provides a head start on a quality education, and it may not cost you. Visit hutchcc.edu or call 888-GO-HUTCH for more details. And good luck this season to the Salt Hawks.
Sims against full court pressure in the backcourt now for Maize. Sims with the basketball. Brings it up that left side. Gets it across. And last touch by a Maize player, but ran down. Maize comes up with the steal. Again, Miller came up with the steal. They'll throw it up and miss it at the opposite end. Loose basketball. Sims comes out. The Salt Hawks. Boy, you got to be tough as a guard back there, Dan, as they're coming after you each and every time you get the basketball. Nice job by Bailey Miller to get the steal to cash in at the other end. Hutch can play for one right now. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Sims trying to get it to Roberson. Roberson down low, wheel and deal down low, and a travel called on Heffley.
7 turnovers committed by Hutchinson in this first quarter. 6 committed by Maize.
3 points to go in the quarter. Maize gets it in quickly, up the court. They got to get a chance to get one off. They do not. Shot cutting iron, but the 1 quarter of play is in the books. And Maize Eagles with a 2-point lead at 11-9 over the Salt Hawks at Hutchinson. We'll take a 1-minute timeout in between quarters. We'll be back with quarter number 2 from Maize, Kansas, right here on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
Welcome to the Hutchinson Medicine Shop. With the emergence of big business, not only in pharmacy, but all industries, the Medicine Shop is proud to be a thriving local Hutchinson. We're so thankful to our customers in Hutchinson, Reno County, and Central Kansas for your support. In turn, we're proud to be a major sponsor of Salt Hawks, as well as other area high schools, the Blue Dragons, Chiefs, Royals, Jayhawks, and Wildcats. You support us and the Hutchinson Network's local sports.
Hi, friends. If Santa didn't show up with the fun new phone you wanted, get yourself to Next Tech Wireless right now and take advantage of the running. Your old phone is still worth a free iPhone 11 or a Galaxy S10e, and your number is still worth a Ring Video Doorbell too. Also free. You get 4 lines for $120 and all unlimited data. These great options are ending soon, so don't miss out. Certain restrictions apply. See sales.
Tina Robertson with 4 points in the contest. Heffley with 5 points. That's all you're scoring for the Salt Hawks in that first quarter of play. Well, if you're a Maize Eagle fan, Bailey Miller's been doing it all. She has 8 points. French's with 1 point and a basket by Wedman. And that's it, quarter of play. As we start the second quarter, Hutchinson trailing 11-9. Hutchinson basketball. Robertson back on the outside. 3-pointer put up by Posh, missing everything, and a rebound skirted out of there by the Maize Eagles. The Eagles will bring it up the court. Ball pops out high, but gets into the hand of an Eagle. Sydney ball, they'll drive down low underneath. Shot not there. Bailey Miller, put back, won't go. Travel for trying to get to the ball again, and a foul called underneath. Called, I believe, on the Salt Hawks. Foul's going to be called on Robertson. No, check that on Heffley. Yeah, Robertson will pick up the foul. That'll be her second, correct, Dan?
That's right. The PA announcer almost fooled you. Had it right to begin with. Bailey Miller missed the first foul
missed
shot.
The first one. She'll shoot the second one. Miller going after the boards and was fouled underneath. Robertson got her on the arm. Hutchinson had great opportunities to get the rebound. She hits this ever. She has 9 first-half points, and it's a 3-point Eagle lead over the Salt Hawks of Hutchinson. Wilson back into the lineup. Brings it across. She'll work it to the left side. Boy, ball hawking her big time is Brecken Pierce. And then Miller Wilson, ball on the right side. Now Posh has the ball. Just underway in the second quarter of play. Sims in the low blocks gets called for the double dribble. You down, try to make one more move and put the ball on the floor. Turnover, Hutchinson.
It tricked her when the help came from the other side of the paint. She wasn't expecting that defensive player to be there. J.C. Moriarty checks in for Hutchinson now.
Here comes the inbound. As defensively sets up, Chapman out on before, shot put up and missing, but the rebound is cleared by Miller, and she goes inside the basket out of it. Bailey Miller, just an outstanding junior player. Third point of the quarter, and this is Thousand to be called on Heffley. That'll be her first.
And so much of Bailey Miller's scoring is coming from hitting the offense and making follow shots. Hutchinson's going to have to put a body on her and box her out.
Toss is off its mark, no good, so she missed on the extra, and Hutchinson gets the rebound. We'll bring it up. 14-9 now, trailing by 5, so a few unanswered points have happened here to the Salthawks. Ball outside, Chapman. Over to Heffley to Wilson. Wilson takes one dribble, gives it back to Heffley. Deep corner pass all the way over to Posh on the right side. Goes off the ball screens, double team, back outside. Moriarty. The lineup now, feet down low, basket good. Nice job as it got it into Heffley, and Heffley converted.
Excellent ball movement. They swung it from side to side, got over the post.
14-11 your score.
2-2-1 full court press applied by Hutch.
Cut it a little bit right there. Ball cleave, Maize against pressure in the backcourt. On the or breaks it, goes to the right side, back out top now. They're whipping them. Espinosa, there's a three attempt. Down weak side by Chapman. Chapman will bring it on the dribble. Chapman right up the center of the court, goes left side now to Wilson. Wilson looked down Heffley's way now. Moriarty over the right side now to right side. It goes to Chapman. Back outside. Corner shot by Gabby Posh. Good, and the rebound's going to be cleared out by Bailey Miller. Maize with the basketball with 5:37 to go in his first half of play. Outside with the ball. Holmes. She'll back it up to the left wing. They'll lob it inside to Espinosa. She takes it down into the hands, and it's stolen away by the Salthawks as Wilson caused that turnover. She got a hand on it, and Bailey Miller couldn't Wilson out front. Once again, Maize Eagles will send in a fresh 5. There's a block play, and coming up there will be, and then a travel call on Miller, but a nice block and a low blocks by the Maize Eagles. And they'll wholesale change as well. All the whole new 5 come onto the court. 5:09 to go in his first half of play. Good ball game, 14-11, but the depth a little bit.
It's certainly anybody's game. Whoever can reel off a few consecutive baskets can get some.
Chapman will inbound. Comes to Wilson. Wilson being guarded by Laham, Emily Laham. She is a senior. Where's number 23? Will off the ball screen, sold it away. Thrown away right in the hands of Maize. They'll bring it down. Sprint dribble basket good. And scoring it will be Martinez, Jade Martinez. Makes it 16-11. The lead is 5 for the Eagles. And out of bounds steps Chapman as she now is right in front of the Maize bench.
Maize has attempted 5 more shots than Hutchinson, and they lead it by 5. Hutchinson's 10 of this first half.
And it will bring the basketball up. Taking their time. Across the timeline. Over the far side, right side again into the hands of Martinez. They'll swing it. On our near side now, coming up with the basketball will be Wedman. Deep corner left, shot does not go, and a rebound. Heffley comes up with the loose basketball. And Heffley will bring it up the court. Chapman will call out the play. It'll be the zipper play again. Chapman will set it up on the right side. Posh. This time it goes to the hands of Macy Yoder. Three-pointer put up by Gabby Posh from the outside. Not there, but Heffley's there for the rebound. They'll keep it alive. Down low. Let's see if she'll be rewarded. And they'll wave off the basket. Offensive foul called on Heffley. She pushed off. That'll be her second. The official came emphatically saying that she pushed off. She might have got a hand on her, but see what the call is going to be. A timeout's going to be taken by the Maize Eagles. So the foul was called against Heffley offensively. It's going to be a half-minute break. 3:52 to go in this first half of play. Maize 6-7. We'll be back with more right after this 30-second timeout on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
Getting the most back from your tax return starts with getting teeth. H&R Block has more enrolled agents than any other tax preparation company, and we guarantee the accuracy of every return.
Colorado from Maize, Kansas. You're listening to Salt Hawk Basketball on KWBW, Hutchinson, Kansas. Across the timeline, Maize will push it up the court. Barely deflected off the hands of they're getting a hand on it, possibly was Moriarty, but a long court pass, sometimes that'll cause some problems. Here comes in the Pat Wedman, takes it, ball on the outer perimeter, travel call.
That's the 9th turnover that Hutchinson Salt Hawk defense has forced Maize into.
So full court pressure again.
Coach Riley elected to keep Mackenzie Heffley on the court with those 2 fouls.
And setting up now for the varsity boys game tonight, as well as this game. Ball on the outside, gap side Yoder. She'll pop the 3 and hit it. Nice job.
That's a big 3-point basket by the homecoming queen candidate, Macy Yoder.
Yoder knocked it down, swing, and there's a 3 the other way by Maize to answer, and they do. Maddie Lambert puts one down.
Well, that answer didn't take long.
19-14, Maize with the lead.
Here comes Maize with the full court trap. Now they'll slide back into a man-to-man.
Shad over to Yoder again. They'll roll off the ball screen back outside. Heffley had it for a second. Moriarty with that heavily wrapped right knee of hers back on the outside. Gabby Posh, nope, they don't go to her. Backdoor play didn't work either. Here's Chapman with the ball out front. The part of the game is you got to be very patient. You're still in the ball game. You cannot allow Maize to go on a big run. Here's Heffley. Heffley works down low, back outside. Chapman, Posh is open. The 3 ball blocked. Tries to get to it, and a foul called on the floor. There's a hold. They're going to whistle this one on. One coming for Posh.
Maize went for about 7 minutes there, Glenn, without committing a foul. We thought maybe Hutchinson could go to the free throw line quite a bit in this first half, but it didn't work out that way.
Olivia Woodman will pick up her second. So 1-on-1 because it came after the shot. The shot was actually blocked for the ball. She reached in and grabbed Gabby Posh. Wilson will come in for Chapman. And Gabby Posh gets set to shoot the free throw. Takes her time. Free throw toss is good. She'll get another one. Posh first point of the night.
Gabby Posh, a good free throw shooter at over 70%. As we've said, that's an area as a team Hutchinson has some room for improvement, but Gabby Posh is doing a nice job.
Free throw toss. This one's good. Got them both. 19-16 now. Hutchinson pulls it within 3. He's got the break they needed, and Hutchinson 4 over off the pressure. And Hutch will bring it up now with 2:09 to go. And here comes substitutions again for the Eagles.
5 in, 5 out.
Well, they just kind of keep coming at you right there. And
Coach Handy didn't like the fact that his player picked up the ball right after coming across half court.
Ball comes into Posh. Down low underneath. They go to Sims. They'll work on her down low. Back outside Posh. 3 ball. Won't go, but she will be fouled.
Well,
nope.
That was a 3-second violation.
So the turnover goes against Hutchinson, and Maize will have the basketball. Sydney Holmes will inbound it. Gets it back down the backcourt. Up the court now to go to Brecken Pierce. Pierce is double teamed. Down low underneath. They go to Miller. There's loose basketball picked up by the Salt Hawks. Here's Wilson. Has Yoder on the right side. Holds up. Goes left side to Posh. She'll take baseline underneath. Back outside. Wilson drives into the paint. Backdoor play does not go, and the steal is there for the Maize Eagles. They'll drive it down and lay it up and in. Just like that, on before with her first basket of the game, takes it the length of the court.
Didn't take her long to go coast to coast.
A minute and 14 to go in this first half of play. 21-6. Hutchinson was within a basket or within a possession, and all of a sudden now down by 5. Wilson, inside of a minute. Wilson will bring it back, set up the offense. Right over to Sims. Posh in the corner, but they don't get it to her. Moriarty back out front. Trying to get the 5 count is the Maize Eagles. Moriarty picked up her dribble, gives it off to Wilson. Wilson brings it out front. Now with 35 seconds to go before halftime, Wilson will go with it on the left side of Posh. Posh breaks away from a defender, lays it up way too strong off the back iron, but no good, and then turned over by the Maize Eagles. It'll be Hutchinson basketball with 24.9 minutes to go in this first half of play. A couple things, Dan Nacarado, as Moriarty really picked up the ball in a place that was very dangerous to getting a turnover. Hutchinson luckily came up with it, and way too strong a shot by Abby Posh after she had beat the defender.
That strong Maize man-to-man defense is forced to start their offense way far too out, close to the half-court line.
Here's Chapman on the outside. 18 seconds to go now. Let's see if Hutch can get a good shot. Sims with it over to Chapman, right side. Down low to Moriarty. She'll pull it back. Back to Chapman. 9 seconds to go. Now Chapman will work at top of the key. He'll set up the play. Here comes Posh on the outside. 3.6 seconds to go. Posh drives, puts up a shot. Is deflected into the hands of an Maize player, and halftime is here. Your score at halftime, the Maize Eagles 21. Hutch High Salt Hawk girls 16. We got a good one cooking here in Maize. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout for the Medicine Shop. Again, 21-16, your halftime score. Maize on top by 5. We'll be back in 2 minutes on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
Hutchinson High School Sports is on the air thanks to these outstanding Salt Hawk boosters. Portfolio Recovery Associates, the Shirt Shack, where the shirt hits the fans. Randy Smith of Appalachian.
You need pharmaceuticals? You need over-the-counter products? Do you need something for the flu, or do you need a flu shot? Stop by the Medicine Shop, 14th and Main. They're glad to help. They're a compound pharmacy, which means other things with medication. They can take the capsule form and make it into liquid form. They can adjust the dosage, whatever your physician might need you to. They can do it. Plus, they deliver. You can't beat the Medicine Shop at 14th and Main in Hutchinson. And Dan Nacarado, player, Bailey Miller, with 11 of those 21 points in the first half. If you shut down her a little bit, it's a pretty close ball game. It still is a pretty close ball game. Only a 2-possession, 5-point lead for the Maize Eagles at halftime.
You're absolutely right, Glenn. Bailey Miller, 8 of those 11 points came in the first quarter. She followed it up in the second quarter for a total of 11, and she leads all scorers in this basketball game so far. 6 different Maize Eagles scored in the first half to go along with Bailey Miller. Kyla Frenchers put in a point. Cassandra Onbefore put in 2. Madison Lambert made 3. Jade Martinez scored 2, along with Olivia Wedman with 2. 21 points for the Maize Eagles. Maize 50% from the field in that first half, 9 out of 18, compared to 33% by Hutchinson, 5 out of 15. For the Hutchinson Salt Hawks, it really affected the team when Tina Robertson went out of the game with her second foul. Was that maybe 2 second quarter? And then she sat the rest of that second quarter. And Tina Robertson averages 9 points a game for Hutchinson. Big part of that scoring attack. So it definitely hampered Hutchinson's ability to score when she had to sit on the bench with those 2 fouls. However, Heckley did score 7 points, 5 of those coming in the first quarter. Macy Yoder made a 3-point shot. I mentioned Macy Yoder, the homecoming queen candidate. Tina Robertson is also a homecoming queen candidate, so 2 of the queen candidates in homecoming will be on Friday at the Salt Hawk Activity Center.
That makes sense because that's the only game in January.
Had to be that way. And Gabby Posh made 2 free throws in that second quarter. That's the scoring for Hutch. Teams struggled to take care of the basketball, 12 turnovers apiece for each team. Maize has a slight rebounding advantage to 8.
And that is your Medicine Shop in-game capsule, brought to you by the Little White Castle at 14th and Main, the Medicine Shop in Hutchinson. They deliver by picking out a proper insurance. If you need some help in that regard, especially if you're 65 and older, they can really help you out in that regard. The Medicine Shop.
Happy New Year from all of us at Pools Plus. We are celebrating big this new year, and we want your savings to be even. Come in during the month of January and save 20% on all spa accessories and spa fragrances. Stock up and save 15% on spa chemicals. This saving all month long at Pools Plus. Shop local, shop Pools Plus, 21 East 1st in downtown Hutchinson.
Outdoor living doesn't start until us at Pools Plus.
Hutchinson High School Sports is on the air thanks to these outstanding Salt Hawk boosters. Portfolio Recovery Associates Shirt Shack, where the shirt hits the fans. Randy Smith of Appalachian Animal Hospital. Ryan and Robin Swanson of Phoenix Restoration. Kathy McCormick of Wynn Insurance Group. Drug Counseling Services. The Hutchinson Clinic. Salon B.
At the ball, last touch by the Maize Eagles. Robertson will inbound. Gets the ball. Now she slaps it. Cutter's cut. Here comes the Sims. In and out of her hands. Stolen away by Maize. Before lays it up too hard. Not there. Putback basket doesn't go either. And over the back is going to be Sims on the back. And that'll be her second personal. Not a shooting situation. So inbounding will be the Maize Eagles. They'll have the ball on the right side baseline.
Sims, Robertson, and Heffley each have 2 fouls.
Inbounding Holmes, slaps the ball, lofts it way out front. On before has the ball to the left wing to Holmes. Back to on before. Posh defensively on her. Over the right side. Frenchers has the ball. Back around on the left wing again. To the top again. On before. They'll run against that zone. Feed down low underneath. Holmes shoves up a shot and draws the foul. Really wasn't the kind of shot you wanted to take. Dan, she just tried to scoop it up, and the foul's going to be called on Sims, and she has picked up 3 quick fouls in the second half of play, and Chapman will come in for her.
3 fouls in 2 minutes, 26 seconds.
Holmes takes her time, free throws up and good. She'll shoot a second one. 25-18, Maize extending her lead now to a 7-point margin.
We talked about traditionally how good the free throw shooting has been by Maize teams. We talked about Heather Robin. Amanda Fessenden before Heather Robin was also an outstanding free throw shooter who went on to Hutchinson Community College.
Spins it in her hands. Holmes' free throw comes off no good. Rebound Posh over the far side. And they take it away from her, but a jump ball is called. Possession arrow will be Hutchinson's way. So the Salt Hawks will inbound with 5:32 to go here in the third, down 25-18 to the Maize Eagles. Ball comes in. Wilson overplaying it a little bit was Frenchers, and now Chapman will bring it up on the dribble. Gets it across the half court. Reverses to her left. Gets it in the hands of Wilson. Wilson with the basketball. They'll come and double team her. Gives it off now to Heffley. Back outside, Robertson. She'll launch the 3 from the top of the key. No good. Rebound bought forward and taken away by the Maize Eagles. Outlet quickly comes down the court. They'll dump it back underneath. Shot up and good. Bailey Miller with another basket.
Bailey Miller collecting those points just because she's hustling to the basket.
She has 13, 4:50 to go in this third period of play. The lead now extending to 27-18. The timeout's going to be taken by the Salt Hawks. Coach Riley wants to think things over. It'll be a full 1-minute break. 4:44 to go in the third period of play. Hutch down 27-18. We'll be back in 1 minute right here on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
Hutchinson Community College and Blue Dragon Athletics are proud to support Hutchinson Salt Hawk Athletics. Whether you're working towards your degree or a busy working individual with limited time to attend class, Hutch CC has what you're looking for. And for those still in high school, Hutchinson Community College's Step Ahead program provides a head start on a quality education, and it may not cost the student anything. Visit hutchcc.edu or call 888-GO-HUTCH for more details. And good luck this season to the Salt Hawks.
Saltbox.
Welcome to the Hutchinson Medicine Shop. With the emergence of big business, not only in pharmacy, but all industries, the Medicine Shop is proud to be a thriving local business in Hutchinson. We're so thankful to our customers in Hutchinson, Reno County, and Central Kansas for your support. In turn, we're proud to be a major sponsor of the Hutch High Salthawks, as well as other area high schools, the Blue Dragons, Chiefs, Royals, Jayhawks, and Wildcats. You support us, and the Hutchinson Medicine Shop supports local sports.
Welcome back to Maize, Kansas. After the timeout, Hutchinson walks over and steps in the backcourt by Chapman.
Such a painful turnover coming back from a timeout when just lost track of where she was.
You can go into the backcourt and gather in the ball, but you can't take it and just dribble it into the backcourt.
She just lost track of where she was on the court.
Turnover, Hutch.
But again, that Maize defense forces Hutchinson so far out towards half court.
Ball comes out top now to the Maize Eagles. Hutchinson takes it away in the low blocks. Here comes Hutch. Robertson takes it in strong, and loose basketball covered up by Bailey Miller underneath, and they bring it out on the dribble. Long pass, deep corner left to Holmes. Now Miller. Again, they'll drive it. Layup does not go. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Hutch. Ball just now bouncing the Salthawks' way right now in the third quarter of play. They trailed by 9. They trailed by 5 at halftime. Here comes the inbound. Loose ball, but ran down finally by Frenchers. She'll bring it up on the dribble. Passes down low underneath to Young, maybe too far under. Pulls it back outside. Holmes looks again underneath. Before goes down low underneath to Young. Gets bottled up underneath. Three-point attempt does not go. Loose basketball picked up again by Holmes, and then out to Wilson on the steal, but a foul before that one on the arm. Foul's going to be charged against Robertson. That'll be her third.
Sims and Robertson have 3 fouls apiece for Hutchinson. Hutchinson has only committed 8 fouls this entire game, but all 8 of those spread out among 3 players.
Here comes the inbound. Holmes gets it into Miller. Back outside. Back on the top side, Frenchers. To Holmes, left side. Wedman comes out. Picks up the basketball, gives it back to Frenchers. Down low to Wedman, in between 2 players. Ball knocked away, and Hutch comes up with it. And then taken away from Chapman in the backcourt. Layup good by Wedman. 4 points for Wedman. And all of a sudden it's 29-18. The lead is 11 for the Eagle ladies. Gabby Posh with the ball in the backcourt. Bring it up in the dribble. She'll bring it across. Guarded by Holmes. Here comes Chapman. Picking up the dribble was Posh and gives it off to Chapman. And Chapman's got to dribble out of that, Dan. She gets it over to finally to Chapman. On the right side, Posh had it. Here's Heffley down low, and she'll get hammered. And the foul's going to be called on the Maize Eagles.
Foul on Kyla Pritchard, her second. 16 foul.
Kyla Fritchers will pick up the personal. That'll be her second personal. And Coach Riley now coaching with Chapman, telling her exactly what she needs to do. Free throws up and missing by Heffley.
It's very difficult to trap a player in the half-court circle, but that's what happened on that possession. Fortunately, Hutchinson did eventually break the trap and get the ball to Heffley under the basket.
Free throw toss by Heffley, not any good, so both opportunities went awry. Here comes Maize. Maize will bring it down. They'll kick it on the outside. Three-pointer by Holmes. Rims off, no good. Weak side rebound by Wedman. He keeps it alive to drive to the basketball. Posh trying to get to it. Jump ball finally called. It'll be Maize High School's basketball.
Maize has opened up a big rebounding advantage in this quarter. For the game now, it's 18-10 on rebounds.
Wedman with the pass in the lane to Holmes. She'll lay it up and score it. Holmes with a good quarter. 6 points for her in this quarter alone. 2:17 to go in this third quarter of play. 31-18. Hutchinson trails The Maize Eagles. Down low, Heffley. Back outside. Yoder with the basketball. Macy loose to the right side. Here's Wilson. The rookie of the offense. Maize turning up the pressure a little bit. Goes off the Maize Eagles out of bounds. It'll be Hutchinson basketball.
Espinoza and Martinez return to the lineup for the Maize Eagles.
Here comes the inbound. Trying to get it in. Down low finally, and a foul called away from the play.
One thing that Hutchinson has done consistently well this entire ball game is their sideline inbounds plays.
Wedman picks up her third personal. Here comes the inbound over to Yoder. Yoder's open, drives in, 8-footer off the glass, too strong. Loose basketball. Wilson comes out with it. Huskers for the rebound, gets it out to one of her teammates. Yoder had it for a second. Robertson back outside now to Wilson. Wilson to Robertson left side. Off the ball screen. Tries to go with the give and go. Drives it down and draws the foul. 2 shots coming away of Tina Robertson. A minute and 32 to go in the third period of play. Maize really blew it open here from the get-go of this third period of play. It was a 5-point halftime lead of 21-16 for Maize. Free throws up and missing by Robertson. Hutchinson held to only 1 field goal in this third period of play.
Minute 32 to go in the third quarter.
Robertson's second free throw won't go. So Tina missed them both. We'll go down the other way. Ball rejected underneath, and then Posh comes up with it off the missed shot. And Posh wants to push it quickly on her own. She falls down, trying to get rid of the ball. She does to Robertson, over to Macy Yoder. Down low to Heffley. Travel call.
Turnover number 17 committed by the Hutchinson Salthawks.
That one hurt a bit. Here comes the inbound. Full court pressure now by Hutch, but they pull it off a little bit. Long pass to down low underneath the Wedman and knocked away out of bounds. It'll be Maize basketball with 1:03 to go in this third period. Here comes the inbound. Comes into Wedman off the ball screen. Gives it on the outside. They'll bring it all the way across the top. Palm into basketball is going to be called. This one will go against Emily Laham as she was kind of turning that ball from side over to the top the whole way around the top of the key.
15 turnovers committed by Maize.
Here comes the inbound. Comes into Posh. Posh will bring it up to the half court. Wilson comes out to get the basketball and set the offense. Robertson on the outside right. Little give and go to Heffley down low underneath. Picked up by Yoder. Put up and in.
Hutchinson certainly needed that field goal. Macy Yoder, 5 points.
Inside of 30 seconds now in the third period. Hutch just really hadn't done anything in the third until that basket there. Heffley had one earlier on. But the third was owned by Maize in a big way. 16 seconds to go before the end of the quarter.
Maize has been very consistent, scoring 10 points each quarter. Only 4 points for Hutchinson in this third.
Ball inside. They'll loop one up. The foul called.
If the foul had not been called, Wedman was there for the easy follow shot, so it was probably a good foul. Except it's on the wrong player.
Yeah, it's on Robertson. That'll be her fourth.
I take it all back.
She picks it up with 4.6 seconds to go in this third quarter of play, and Hudson not playing with much enthusiasm right now. Free throws up and good by Martinez. She has 3 points in the ball game, her first of the second half. And it's a 12-point lead now for Maize, 32-20. Second toss is good as well. 33-20, a 13-point lead with 4.6 seconds to go before we head to the fourth quarter. Hutch will bring it up the court. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that'll be the end of the third. We go to the fourth quarter. Hutchinson with work to be done. Down by 13 to the Maize Eagles. We'll be back right after this 1 minute timeout on the Salt Hawk Radio Network.
Hi, friends. If Santa didn't show up with the fun new phone you wanted, get yourself to Next Tech Wireless right now and take advantage of the great deal we're running. Your old phone is still worth a free iPhone 11 or a Galaxy S10e, and your number is still worth a Ring Video Doorbell too, also free. Plus, you get 4 lines for $120 and all unlimited data. These great options are ending soon, so don't miss out. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Getting the most back from your tax return starts with getting the most expertise. H&R Block has more enrolled agents than any other tax preparation company, and we guarantee the accuracy of every return prepared by our tax professionals. We find every credit and deduction to lower your tax bill. Put our expertise to work on your return, and don't just get your taxes done, get your taxes won. In Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
Well, Dan, work to be done here in the fourth quarter of play. Hutchinson down by a score of 33-20. We're down by 2 possessions, down by 5 going into that third quarter, but got outscored 12-4 in that third period of play, and you just can't have.
Hutchinson only attempted 5 field goals in that third quarter, while Maize attempted 12. Maize is now 13 of 30 from the field. Hutchinson just 7 of 20.
Maize just came out a lot more aggressive in that third period of play, and we're out to get things done.
They out-rebounded Hutchinson, and quite frankly, they beat Hutchinson to the 50-50 balls.
So, inbounding will be the Hutchinson Salthawks. Across the half court will be Chapman. Moriarty back into the lineup also for the Salthawks. She has the ball out front. Over to Gabby Posh. She's open for 3. Shoots it on its way. It's not there. Rebound's going to be cleared out. Been into the hands. The Maize Eagles, and a quick foul is going to be called. They're going to get this on Moriarty, I believe. And it will be on Moriarty. She will pick up her first foul.
Can't really blame JC for going after that at this point in the game. You're down 13 in the fourth quarter. You need some extra possessions.
Need something to happen. Don't forget, Hutch will be at home against Newton coming up this Friday night. It'll be homecoming. So come on out to the sack and enjoy that. Ball on the outer perimeter. Here's Holmes. Top of the key to Lambert. Lambert holds it high. Over the right side now to Pierce. Lambert with it on the left wing. Lambert is talented sophomore. Drives in and scores it. Maddie Lambert with the basket. 5 points total for her on the ball game, and it's a 15-point lead at 35-20 for the Maize Eagles. Chapman rolls off the pick. Over to Posh. Posh held up on the dribble, gives it off to Moriarty. Chapman has it, top of the key, right side to Yoder. Yoder drives in between 2 players, gives it off to Heffley. Heffley puts it up, misses it, and rebound cleared out of there by Holmes of the Maize Eagles. And the Eagles want to run. On before, up the court. Back to Holmes, a 3-pointer from the outside. It's no good. Battle for the board. Ball knocked away into the corner, and it will be Hutchinson basketball. Check, they're going to come back and maybe overrule that, Dan, because with 6:33 to go, it looked to me like it was off of the Salthawks, and it will be Maize basketball, so they reversed the call.
What cost Hutchinson the rebound happened so many times, the players just drifted too far under the net, and then the rebound came over their heads.
6:33 to go in the ball game. Holmes will inbound for the Maize Eagles. They'll get it back to her. She came in, ball screen, and a foul called. The push foul is going to be called. This one's going to be on Moriarty. She'll pick up her second. So JC with 2 quick fouls.
7th foul, so it'll be a 1-and-1.
Pierce will shoot the free throws.
Brecken Pierce. Let's see if I spelled her name right.
I think you did.
2 Ks.
Mm-hmm.
Brekkyn.
Free throw toss is short, no good. Rebound, Heffley goes down, and a jump ball is called. The Eagles will have the possession. Celine down left side baseline with 6:28 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Holmes will inbound. Sydney Holmes slaps the ball, gets it in quickly now to Miller. Back to Holmes. She'll bring it on the dribble. Nice in between 2 players. Not there. Heffley with a rebound. Here comes Hutch. Across the half court, Chapman. Sets up the offense. Left side now to Gabby Posh. Down low to Heffley. Layup no good. Holmes with the rebound. 6:07 to go in the contest. Still drive down, bounce pass underneath. Shot put up, not there. Rebound cleared Heffley. And stolen right back by Pierce. Here's Miller, left side now. Quickly over the far side, on before, shot not there. Rebound cleared underneath, on the floor. Still with the basketball on the floor. Jump ball called. It'll be Hutch basketball.
Well, the players are still scrapping and playing hard.
Yes, they are. You listen to Salt Hawk Basketball on KWBW, Hutchinson, Kansas. So glad to have you along this evening. Guys game will be coming up here in just a little bit. We might be just a tad late on that one. We'll have news between the games as well from the news desk. At BW, here Heffley. Long pass comes over to Yoder, over to Posh. Back to Yoder, deep left. They'll lob it down to Heffley. Ball knocked away. It'll be Hutch basketball.
Will be a good matchup between the Newton girls and Hutchinson girls at the Activity Center on Friday. Just recently, we said in the pregame, these Maize Eagles beat Newton 49-21 at Newton.
So if you go by the difference in scores, should be a close contest. I really think that Hutch had the talent to stay with this Maize team and just didn't get it done in the third quarter.
That Maize defensive pressure took a toll on Hutchinson this game.
Sims drives in, foul called. She was bounced into by Frenchers, I believe. It'll be her third.
5th team foul committed by Maize.
Inbounding, baseline right will be Chapman. Lobs it out to Heffley. Put a lot of pressure on her, throws the ball away. Coming up with it will be on before. She'll lay it up and in.
She's fast.
Scored it easily, 37-20 now. 4 points for on before. Reach in foul called. This one's going to be on Bailey Miller. It'll be her second.
Foul on Bailey Miller, her second. 16 foul.
This has been a strength for Hutchinson, throwing the ball in from the sideline. They've done a good job of isolating the post player on the block. However, Mackenzie Heffley's taking a rest right now, so they might have to go a different direction. If they use the same play, it'll go to Zaya Sims.
Comes in back to Yoder, down low to Sims. Back to Yoder again. She'll launch one way off its mark, no good. Battle for the board, picked up, though, by Pierce of the Maize Eagles. The Maize will bring it up with a 17-point lead. Right side, Pierce, over to the corner right. Have a call on Holmes. And she took that little shuffle step before she started to drive. And they probably had that called on them at least 8 times tonight.
Yep. 16 turnovers committed by Maize.
Then I'll back it up to 6 times.
Okay.
Ball on the outside, Chapman. Ball stolen away from her. Here's Obifor. She'll lay it up and score it. 2 steals here in the fourth quarter for Cassandra Obifor, and puts it up and in. Just about stolen again. This time a foul's called. They'll whistle this one on. Frenchers in the backcourt. It'll be her 4th.
That will send Hutchinson to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. That is the 7th foul committed by Maize.
4:30 to go in the second half of play. Hutchinson trailing at 39-20. Hutch was right there, 21-16 at halftime as we started the third quarter of play. Got outscored 12-4 in that third period of play, and right now struggling here in the fourth. Free throws up and good by Sims.
We expected this to be a closer basketball game. Hutchinson will get another shot at Maize on February 18 when Maize comes to the Salt Hawk Activity Center.
Second free throw is good by Sims. That's the only 2 points in this quarter for the Salt Hawks. Salt Hawks were held to 4 third quarter scores and only 2 here in the fourth. Pierce has it for the Maize Eagles. Back out top now, Frenchers. She'll isolate out high to Holmes. They'll cut the top of the post into here that goes back over to on before, down low to Wedman inside and shoots it up, misses it. Holmes with the rebound. She'll put it back up and score it. She's a good ball player. Sydney Holmes was able to score first time in the fourth quarter And they come out with another steal, Dan. Another turnover against the Salthawks. And Maize just too much right now. 41-22. Just about doubling up the Salthawks with 3:44 to go. Wedman out front. Pass the ball back out to Frenchers. To the right side, back out top. On before, had it for a second. Here's Holmes. They'll weave it. Frenchers. Over to Pierce. Pierce, quick pass to Holmes. Holmes, high post, takes it down low. Ball sails out of bounds. It'll be Hutchinson basketball.
Surprised there was no whistle on that. Could have been a charge, could have been a block. Officials decided to let them play.
Holmes acting like she thought maybe she should have been fouled. By the way, she kind of gave up on the ball a little bit. Wedman will check out, so will Frenchers. And inbound, here comes Hutchinson. It's stolen away by Holmes. She'll drive it in, misses it, rebound Sims. And she's hurt at the other end of the court, and I'm referring to Holmes as she went down. Now she gets up. She's ankles bothering her. Robertson takes it in and draws the foul. So the foul's going to be committed by the Maize Eagles.
Foul on Brendan Pierce, her second.
Pierce will pick up her second. And we'll see Bailey Miller check back in as well. Also checking in for Hutch High will be Gracie Keeler. Free throw toss is up and good for Robertson. Wilson takes a break. 5 points now for Tina Robertson, off her average of 9 a game. 3:02 to go in this fourth quarter play, 41-23. Hutchinson with nothing but free throws in this quarter, and there's another one. 4 points total for the Salthawks in this fourth quarter of play. Ball outside. I think there should have been a double dribble call on that. They got away with it. Here's left side with the ball. Over the corner. Lambert got it on his way and hit it. Three-pointer by the corner by Lambert. I remember her from last year. She's deadly from outside. She's hit 2 threes tonight. 8 points total. And a foul called on the backcourt. Foul's going to be charged on Laham. That'll be her first. Walk down and shoot free throws, and Yoder will go to the line with 2:39 to go.
Easy Yoder, shooting 1 of 1.
Free throws up and good by Yoder.
Nice off touch by Macy Yoder.
6 points for Yoder now this evening. Came into the ball game averaging 2 per game. Free throw toss, this one's good as well. Nothing but free throws, 6 of them here in the fourth quarter of play. And plus 2 field goals back in the third period. Ball's in and out of Maize's hands, low blocks. Hutch got a break there as Bailey Miller
Hutchinson
would have converted.
Did not have any basket protector. The pass just went between her hands, and that worked out well for Hutchinson.
Here comes the inbound. Robertson will get it across. Back outside to Posh. Saving the ball over on that far side was Keeler. There's a three-pointer put up and missing by Posh. Rebound's going to be cleared out by Lambert to Maize. Maize will bring it up on the dribble. Ball on the outside, deep corner left to Pierce. Back outside. 2:09 to go in the contest. Drive by Miller, up and in. She's a good one. Only 4 points in the second half, but she did her damage in the first half with 11.
That's right, and she does lead all scorers with 15 points tonight.
Ball comes down and stolen away by the Maize Eagles in the backcourt, Laham. And finally, the foul call. This one's going to be called on Yoder.
That's one of those situations that sometimes both players have some pain because they bumped knees.
At the line should be Laham. So she'll step to the line with 1:43 to go. Free throws up and good by Laham. Her first point of the game. She'll get a second opportunity. Heffley will check back in, and Keeler will take a seat. Layham will get set again. Minute and 43 to go. Free throws up and good. 2 points for her tonight. 48-26 is your score. Hutchinson on the short end of that. Maize with the lead. Here's Posh to Robertson. Blocked from behind. Gets it back. Lays it up. Scores it.
It worked out well for Tina Robertson, and that's the first field goal in the fourth quarter. Only the third field goal of the second half for Hutchinson.
48-28. The lead is 20 for the Maize Eagles in a minute and 20 to go. Layham outside. Having it for a second was Espinoza back outside. Layham has it again. Rolls to the right. Gets called for the double dribble. That's twice now she's done that. The other time it wasn't called. And it will be Hutchinson basketball.
Maybe she figured, hey, I got away with it last time. I'll try it again.
Here comes Posh. Posh will bring it across the half court. Gabby looks to the right side. Goes over to Yoder. Yoder back out top again. In the hands of Sims outside. She'll drive in. Has an open area to the basket. Gives it off now underneath. Shot by Heffley. Not good. And a travel call on Heffley.
Hutchinson committed 24 turnovers compared to 19 by Maize, and Maize leads the rebounding battle 25-15. So the combination of those two things result in 15 extra possessions for Maize.
42 seconds remaining to go in the ball game. Hutchinson trailing by 20, 48-28. Hutchinson's going to about lose their second game of the year. Open the year with a loss to
Bueller.
It
was a heartbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
Close game.
Weaving it out front is the Maize Eagles. Here's Pierce. Just keep weaving it. Ball stolen away. Here comes Hutchinson's Posh. She'll cross it over left side. Goes up strong and draws the foul. Lambert with the foul. That'll be her second. Stops the clock with 13.2 to go. It's academic as Hutchinson's going to drop this one. Go to 3-2 on the year. Maize will go to 4-3. Free throw toss up and good by Gabby Posh. Posh with only 3 points off in the foul stripe tonight. And for Hutch to be successful, Gabby Posh has got to hit field goal. The second one is good as well. 4 points for her. 48-30 is your score. The drive down low, shot not there. Heffley with the rebound. 6 seconds to go. Posh will bring it up. That's pretty much going to do it. Posh will drive it all the way down. Now she'll gun one on its way and hit it. So count that basket. So Posh ends the game in the fourth quarter, scoring 4 points. Has 6 for the game, but the Eagles win at 48-32. So Maize Eagles 48, Salt Hawks 32. We'll add up all the numbers, get set to talk to Coach Riley when we return right after this 2-minute timeout. Your final, Maize 48, Hutchinson 32. Dan and I'll be back with more from Maize High School right after this 2-minute timeout on the Salt Hawks Sports Network.
Hutchinson High School Sports is on the air thanks to these outstanding Salt Hawk